yes, the truth is I was actually suffering because I was just thinking like, so on earth there's no human that can really help me, even in times of need. I'm the only one. Hi beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Stacy. So today I'm back with another video. Actually today I'm here to thank you guys for giving me 10,000 subscribers. You guys know how long it took me. Like, I've been on YouTube for like 3 years and I got monetized last year. This is exactly 1 year when I got monetized, and now I hit 10,000 subscribers, guys. That's so much for me. I'm so overwhelmed and I'm so grateful to you all for liking my content, which there are so many people on YouTube who do the same thing. I know what I'm doing, but guys, I'm so happy for the love you guys have been showing me, for those who watch my videos to the end. I'm so grateful for you guys. So today I'm going to announce in the course of this video the rules for the giveaway. So if you watch this video to the end, you will get the point. And also, to make other people to watch this video, please, when you get the point, please do not leave it in the comment section. Just say another thing which is not based on the giveaway down below. Maybe you can comment on other things, but do not talk about the giveaway in the comment section so that others can also watch till the end. Okay, I'm so happy for those of you who always do that. But first of all, if you are new to this channel, my name is Stacy Benz. I am a Cameroonian YouTuber based in China. I am also a hairstylist here in China. So if you are in China and you want to do your hair, wig installs, make wigs, customize wigs and everything, please check in my comment section, in the description box. You will see my information there and you get to me. Without further ado, let's get straight into the video.
J'ai failli chuter depuis longtemps. Baby, won't you be mine? J'aimerais que tu saches que I'm falling for you. J'ai failli chuter.
I did a vlog like 3 weeks ago, and I ended with I have a good news. So today I'm going to tell you guys the good news which I had. Okay, first of all, let me tell you guys, you know, I've been in China for 5 to 6 years. So as a foreigner in China, you always have to renew your visas. You need to always renew your resident permit every year, especially if you are a student or maybe you are a worker or a spouse, because even if you're a spouse here, you can't get a visa, like you can't get a green card in China. So each time I go for visas, I always have issues, but this time around I had issues, but the issues were intense due to something that happened in Shanghai. I won't go in details with that because that involves the law, so I don't want to say something which I don't know anything about, but I was involved in something here in China. Like the first 3 years in China, I used student visa, but right now I own a company which I get my visas from. So for the past 2 years, I've had my visa from a company which I work in, and the first 2 years were okay. Like everything was okay, the paperwork was okay, to renew was very okay, although maybe we have little issues since we were just when I'm saying we, is because opening a company in Shanghai, especially as a foreigner, you need partners. So I was like the sales agent in that company, and my other partners were the shareholders and all of that. So I was one of the shareholders in the company, so most of the pressure wasn't on me until something happened which affected most Cameroonians here in China. So I will just give a little bit about that story so that you guys will understand why I was saying it's a good news. Late last year, December 2019, the agent who helped us to create the company got arrested for something which I can't really explain because he's still under custody right now. Since he was our agent, everyone who created companies using him as an agent were also affected because they said he was using frauds, like he was selling visas, like we were using visas for the wrong reasons. Most often Chinese people think we can't afford to own a company here, you understand? Like they think that you will take visas and go out and teach, because some here in China, any visa that you have in China, you must do what you are supposed to do with it. And also wherever you register yourself to stay in, you must stay in that area. If you go to another area, it's illegal. So for example, if you have a student visa, you're supposed to be in school. You don't have to stay outside of the school. Yeah, you can stay outside of the school, but you don't have to do any other thing but studying, you understand? Likewise, if you have a work visa here in China, you have to only work. You don't have to go outside. You have to only work in the city where you got the visa, you understand? Like for example, I'm in Shanghai. I have a visa in Shanghai, and my visa is from Jinghan district in Shanghai. So I'm supposed to, my company, my office is supposed to be in that district. I'm not supposed to work out of China. I'm supposed to be in that district. If I'm not in that district, I should be at least in Shanghai, you understand? Or I should live also in Shanghai. I should be at least in Shanghai. That's why you saw me going to that office. I was going there, although I really had nothing to do in the office, because most of my work I do them online, so I don't need to be in an office to do it. So yeah, so they discovered that most people get their visas in Shanghai, but they don't live in Shanghai. That was against the law actually. And yeah, so it started making the police who caught that agent to investigate all the companies which we also created our company from. So the agent owns a company which he helps others to create companies, you understand? Like a company that creates other companies. I don't know how to say it, if you get the point. So the person who was our agent was also a Cameroonian who works with a Chinese agent. Like a Chinese will be like for example, you want to get something from a Chinese factory, that I'll be the one to meet the Chinese and negotiate for you. Like that's the same thing that happened with the guy, the Cameroonian guy. So he was a middleman between me and the Chinese, you understand? Our company, like all the Cameroonians here, he was a middleman between us and the Chinese. So he will pass through him to create our company. I don't know what happened. They caught him and they realized that he was doing business with that Chinese person. Maybe they check, you know, in China everything is possible. Maybe they might check his accounts details, they might check his transactions, because he himself had a company also. So maybe they check some few things, they realized that there was something wrong, which is not even my problem right now. The thing is, we were involved since we also did our company through him. So they started investigating our companies. Luckily, most companies were actually legit, like the one I was working in. You all know I'm doing my business. I've been doing hair business for like 5 years. So although I made an error by living in another city, I used to live in another city before moving to Shanghai. So that was the reason why they said I cheated the visa. Like I took the visa and I was living in another city, so I had to pay a fine. Most people paid their fine. We paid 2,000 RMB and all of that. But that wasn't the case. Like the policeman who was investigating us, like we'll go to the police station every day. Can you imagine? You're in a foreign land, you have to meet the police who does not even know how to speak English very well. He will speak English, he will force you to accept things that you don't know, because before you pay a fine you have to accept that, yes, I accept, I did this, I did that, right? They wanted to know everything that we did with that guy. They wanted to prove that this guy actually took a lot of money to create company. I don't want to go deep into it actually. So we paid a fine. So the policeman promised us that after paying the fine we can go and renew our visas. By then my visa was already almost a month, almost 2 weeks to getting expired. No, it had already expired, because before he got our passport, because when we went to the police station, to the immigration, to renew our visas, that's when they took he already blacklisted our names. So they sent our passport to him so that he can investigate us. When we got there, he said we should pay 2,000. So that's when we paid the 2,000, and then we proved that we are doing our business and all of that and all of that. But guess what? You think that after paying that 2,000 he will leave? He will let us have our 1 year visa? No. That guy told the immigration to actually send us back to Africa. Hey, Chineke. Imagine this corona. If you go back home, there's no way you will come back. First of all, the immigration, the how do they call it? The Chinese embassies in Africa are all closed because they don't want anyone in Africa to come back to China. So they kept on giving us, since we always go there and tell them, oh, there's no flight, we can't go back. That's the only reason that we can stay. So each time anyways, by then we had already split. We don't want to go in groups anymore because we are 3 of us in our company plus a Chinese accountant, which he has no issue. He's just doing his job. He's an accountant. And then so we started splitting. We split each other. Everyone was just trying to get another way of getting that visa, like getting another company for themselves and all of that. So I was I went to the immigration like 5 times, not knowing anything to do, because I was trying to get myself into maybe other people who didn't have the same issue like me, like maybe other Cameroonians who didn't have the same issues like me, to employ me into the company. But you know, black people, they will not, because of the fact that we had issues. Like, they don't want to involve themselves in this thing anymore. They don't want to involve themselves in these police things, you understand? So I had to, I don't know, there was something deep in me that said, don't worry, you will have the visa, don't worry. But do you know that I went to the immigration, I renewed 15 days, like exit visa, humanitarian. There's this visa called humanitarian, or the visa doesn't have a name, they just give you a stay visa. That visa will make you stay for the amount of days written on your passport. Let me get my passport so that you guys see what I'm saying. I got like 5 of those stay visas. So okay, this is the first time I got this stay visa. I don't know if I can block. This is the first time I got the stay visa. Look how I was smiling. For me, I know this is the last time. They gave me 15 days to exit and go get a new visa and come back during Corona. It wasn't possible. So I was smiling. The next time again, I went again to take 15 days. Look how my face started changing. And then the 3rd time again, there was no way. I had no solution, no one to help me. Like, I don't know where to go and start looking. And that stay visa like that, you don't even know the reason if they can renew it again. Like, is it an exit visa or you can change it to another visa? And there's no way anyone will employ you with such a visa because the time is too small. To transfer yourself from one company to the other in China, you need at least 30 days. At least 30 days. First, you need 5 days to cancel your work permit from the previous company. And then you need also 5 days to confirm with a new company that they have granted you a new work permit. Before now, you can take a paper and get another 1 month to wait for your work permit card to come out before you get a work visa. So 15 days can't do it. 15 days. Let me tell you how these guys give you the 15 days. So let's say they give me from 1st to 15 the first time, okay? Before I will get to the immigration to collect my passport, the 15 days that they gave me, let's say they will give me on the okay, I will go to on the 1st to deposit, so that they will give me 15 days. So it will expire on the 15th, right? They won't give me my passport the same day. They will give my passport like on the 7th, which means I have 7 days left. So each time I want to collect my passport, I will be having like 7 days left, which 7 days cannot even cancel a work permit. 7 working days. Let's say they will give me 7 days, and then in that 7 days, and maybe I will receive it on Tuesday or Wednesday. We have Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Thursday, Friday is just 2 working days. Saturday, Sunday is nothing. You can't do anything, and you can't go on Monday, which is just the last day. You can't do anything. So I took this visa like 5 times. Let me see. Took this visa like 5 times. Look, 1, 2, 3. 15 days visa. 4, 5. This is the 5th one. Before now, they gave me my work visa for the year. 5 times. I took this visa 5 times. That is, I took 15 days 5 times I was stressed for like 3 months straight. 3 months. Okay, so now I started looking for a way to do my visa. Like, I was so angry. Anyone there was a friend of mine who gave me, he said he did his visa with somebody, and then he tried, and then he did the visa with somebody, and then I asked him to give me that same person's WeChat so that I can do my visa with that person. He said no, he doesn't want to give me because he took the contact from another person, and he can't get to the person, so he doesn't want to betray the person. What if the person will appear again? He said he will give me another person's WeChat. He gave me the WeChat. Although I was so mad when I was taking the WeChat, I was like, what do you mean by you will betray the person? You are talking to your own fellow Cameroonian. You need to give me the WeChat so that I can ask if they can give me. He was suggesting if I can do maybe I should do student visa. It's not possible for someone to leave student to work, they work to student in China. No, you have to exit first before you come back. And I don't want to go out. That's my problem. If I go out to Cameroon to get a visa back to China is another issue. That's the reason why I didn't want to leave in the first place. And moreover, it was Corona period, no flight. There wasn't any flight in the first place. So, and I don't want to be illegal. I was just thinking my next move was like, this is the last time, God. If this thing doesn't work, I'm going to take asylum. I'm going to seek asylum in China. And seeking asylum in China doesn't mean they will take care of you, they will give you a house and all of that. No. In China, you are not even supposed to work. They won't give you any work visa. They will not give you even food. You will figure out yourself everything if you are seeking asylum. So that was the last option. It was also a good option for me because I'm doing my business from home. Nobody will come to my house to check what I'm doing here. Like, it's not illegal. It's not illegal for me to work from my house. So I was just thinking, oh my God, I need to see my family again. How am I going to do this time around? I need to see my family. Like, if I take this option right now, there's no way I'm going to see my family except I want to exit. Except I want to leave China, which I'm not prepared. I'm not really prepared. I was just thinking so many things like, oh my God, this China, which I've suffered a lot. I've made myself a little bit comfortable now, and now I can't even have a visa. It means I will either stay in China forever or leave and never come back. Because once you are illegal in China, if you leave, you have to come back only after 5 years. After 5 years, you know, your senses, you must have been thinking elsewhere. Like, your way of reasoning must have changed. So many things must have changed. Okay, let's just forget that one. So the 5th time now, I contacted one agent, a Chinese girl. She was so nice. Not like nice, she's just so naive. She doesn't know anything. I wasn't telling her every truth, like I'm having a criminal record in China, all of that. In China, a Chinese man will be good for you only when everything is working well. But once they know that it involves the law, and they will leave you on the way, or they will not even bother to help you. Even if they can do it, they will not, because they want to involve themselves in that. I don't know if this girl wanted is all about the money that she was even looking for, but it wasn't even about the money, because after I solved the problem, she didn't even bother to ask. Up to now, I haven't even paid her the money. Just see. So I just felt like, oh my God, something is really good. Like, I met this girl and I told her that I want to do my visa, but they are saying exit visa. She said this exit visa can be renewed. I went there the first time, they refused. They still gave me 15 days. I just told myself that this is the last time. They just said, let's try again. Let me come with you. Like, I was doing it without any transferred work permit card or everything. We took just 1 day to confirm my work permit, because my documents were already certified and all of that. So she actually worked with me. We went to the office. I didn't pay her a dime. Like, she was just following me for no reason. I don't know why. Like, I'm always saying, God, who sent this girl? Chinese girl will never do anything for you for waiting. Why? Chinese will never do anything, especially something that involves the law. They will never. If you are working with the Chinese and the police tries to arrest you for anything, like saying that, oh, he or she is working illegal, blah blah blah, The Chinese will leave you there. Oh. They will just pay their fine and disappear. They will leave you there. So I don't know. I just felt like, oh God, I started crying. Like I was so depressed. I was so stressed up. Like the fact that I started thinking, oh my God, I'm in China. There's no one. Like I don't have anyone to help me. Not even to call my dad is right in Africa, and I cannot tell my little brother all this stress. I was telling him, he was so stressed. Just the first time I told him that I want to seek asylum, he just started feeling so stressed, like he doesn't understand what it is. So I started making it very easy for him to not to feel bad. I was like, oh, don't worry, it's normal thing now. Everybody in China does that, so it's nothing. When it's time, I'll just coming back home. That's all, you know. It's not like I'm not going to eat outside. I'm not going to have a house to rent. But that wasn't the truth though. The truth is, once you don't have a visa here, most landlords will not want to give you a house. That is it. I know this corona period where they don't even like black people. So that's just how I met this girl. She struggled with me. We went to the labor office. I mean, like, she didn't even care that, she didn't even think that this girl will mark all of this office. This office is now, I can go by myself, create a company by myself, do all the work permit card by myself, because I already know how to do it, because I saw all the steps by myself, you know. But I can't do it. If anyone wants to do the visa, I'll have to link them to that girl, because that girl saved my life. Like, oh my God, I can't even lie. But God has been blessing me with people that want to do their visa, and I link it to the girl, and the girl has been doing her job. So when she followed me to the offices and did all the necessary documents and all of that, the police called her again. Can you imagine? When I deposited my passport the last time, the police has never called me. I only went there and took my passport. But this time around, they called me, and they called him and told me to come. They called me and told me to come to the immigration. I went there. I was like, if they're calling me, it means they want to give me a chance to explain myself, because whenever I went there to explain myself, they tell me no visa. There's this man at counter 5. That person will never listen to you. They will just say, go and take 15 days, don't go, or you go to Africa. What are you doing here? Go to Africa, go to your country. You know, that's also rude. But this time around, another person called me and said, come to the office, we want to see you, bring all the information, bring all your necessary proof that you are doing business. I just say, God, you are so good. Like, I'm always like that. Hey, whenever I have issues, I know I will worry a lot, but there's always that solution. The solution will always come, even those impossible things, because I know that God always knows that there's nothing. I don't have any help. No help. I don't have boyfriend. I don't have. The ones that will want to come, they don't even want to help you. They only want to take. They want to destroy you. They want to put you down, you know, things like that. So I mean, they don't even want to put any effort to building any relationship, because maybe some of them, I understand, some of them that are not so. No, I don't really talk to people like that. It has made me not even trust anyone. I don't want to trust in anyone. So I decided to be cold. Even my friends, I don't talk to none of them. I didn't talk to them. I just decided to be alone. Like, when I want to gather my energy, I just want to stay alone. If you try to insist to talk to me, I'll be so rude. Like, I'll talk to you in such a way that you think that you did something wrong, which is just that you don't understand that I needed my time, you know. I just needed time for myself. So I stopped talking to everybody. Like, I stopped. Even since my mom died, I wasn't talking to so many people. Like, I stopped, because especially when, oh, I didn't even tell you guys, I lost my mom 1 year ago, May 2019. I lost my mom. That will be another story time. I don't know. I don't even want to talk about it, because I feel like I'm not ready to talk about it. I see how I'm not still fine about it. So during that time, I was so depressed. I just started remembering, like, if this issue like this, I should have been telling my mom this and that. They will be praying for me and all of that. So when I deposited my thing, I called my aunt in Boya. I have one of my aunts, my mom's sister in Boya. I just told them that this is the issue, so you guys should put me in your prayers, because I don't want to go back to that place again. My aunt just told me that don't even worry. So fast that they will put it in God's hand, everything will be fine. That's it. I just believe, and I didn't even bother. I guess I was just so happy, even though no result, there wasn't any result, but I started feeling relief. Like I always pray every morning, every time. I even fasted. I mean, started making myself so happy and all of that. So when the policeman, it was the immigration man, called me, he said, I don't have an office, how come I'm doing a business? I said it's my boss, actually the lady. I used the lady's company to get my visa, but now I own my own company, you understand? So I said, is my boss. My boss has she knows I don't know anything. She just employed me. I don't know anything. So they called her. Oh my God, imagine they call a Chinese. She already started telling me that, oh, I feel like I don't want to go because I will go and lie. When I lie, they might see that I'm lying. Oh my God, I was like, Jesus, you said you would do it. That's how I was saying in my heart, Jesus, you said you would do it and you have never failed me. Like, this is the last point and I'm not sure you want me to stay here. The fact that if you let me stay here, it means you don't want me to go back home to my family. You don't want me to go back to see my brother, my son, my dad, my family. You don't want me to go back and see them even for once. Like, you want me to stay here because Cameroon is nowhere to stay. Oh my God. That's how I started. I was like, okay, don't worry. If you go, it doesn't work, no problem. When she went there, that's just what they asked her. Where is the office? She said it's just a new company, and then she has to look for an address and all of that. We changed the address. That's how we went, and that same day they said they want to see a contract that shows that we have an address and we have been there that will stay there for 1 year. Imagine, I had to pay an office for 3 months, but we need to sign contract for 1 year, which means I paid for 4 months, and then 1 month is the caution. So I had no choice but to pay it. So this girl, I haven't even, as of this point, I haven't even paid the girl any amount of money. So that's what the immigration, since they're Chinese, they were speaking, and I think it's because she was Chinese, and also the grace of God in my life that made those people to just say, okay, go and bring the contract that shows that you have an office. When I brought the contract, that's how they gave my visa. Since I've been taking the 15 days, each time the shipping agency, because when they want to send it, I always tell them to send to my house. So those mail people, they will call. When I ask them how much, they say it by cheese, it means 172. 172 is not the cost of a 1 year visa. 172 is for 15 days or 1 month visa. But that fateful day in the office, they said, when he called, I said, how much? I said, $多少钱? He said, ibai su chi. It means 400 chi, 400 chi, which means 470, which means they gave me 1 year visa, and then 400 is for 1 year visa, and 70 is for the shipping cost. 喂，喂，你好，那个我这边留学的，你那个护照运来了，现在不在家吗？我不在家，你是多少钱？412。OK。Name above every other name. Hey, what can't you do? What can't you do, Jesus? That's why I was so happy. Like, you guys, you don't know how much stress. Can you imagine that I've been stressing for 3 months? No one to help. I already told all of my own. I told my cousin in the US that if I have to seek asylum, he has to give his details, that he's the only one that I know. I need to give somebody. When you seek asylum, you need to give, from what I heard, that you need to give information of someone out of China who is not in my country, that can maybe receive me if China doesn't give any permanent stay to any foreigner, so they will have to transfer you to another country. So when I got the visa, I was so grateful. I told my brother. My brother told me that, and I told my brother. I told him that, and this girl, she hasn't even, as of that time when I got my visa, she hadn't even had any asked me any money, and all the transport money, she was the one paying her transport. I was paying my transport. I didn't do anything. Like, I was just so, things like that. And I was also scared that let me not put her in trouble. I just pay her the agent fee, that's all. So that girl just helped me for no reason. Like, if you know Chinese people, you will know that they will never go that low, that risk for me, for any, especially somebody, she doesn't even know me. That's just the shocking things. I always feel like, oh my God, my mom is still here trying to protect me. Oh God is still trying to protect me. I know if I'm failing in any direction, there's always a direction that God will always bless me. When it comes to finance, there's no way I will never lack, even if I don't have like any other. But I'm always, since maybe it's because I'm just contented in everything I have. I must not have millions to be happy, to be contented, so that's how I got back my visa. I was already illegal for like 2 months, illegal in China for like 2 months. Those of you out of China, maybe you don't even know the intents, or those of you with other visas. Anyways, those in China will understand me better. They will understand the thing, how it is to feel not to have a visa and all of that. So yeah, let me not get emotional because yeah, I was so stressed up. Even to call, if someone calls me, I will not answer. I will just go off the call. I didn't want to even talk to anybody but my brother, just my brother alone. And I always try to call him and talk smiling so that he shouldn't feel like I'm suffering. I even heard one of his friends were telling me that, oh, my brother thinks I'm suffering. That my brother thinks I'm suffering. Yes, the truth is I was actually suffering because I was just thinking like, so on earth there's no human that can really help me, even in times of need. I'm the only one who can actually do something. Like, a stranger will just come and help me. Even the people in Shanghai, like the big people, like the people whom we respect here, like the elderly people here, I think they may have some solution. Although nobody had any solution, but alone thinking about everything, thinking of my solution to everything by myself. So I wasn't telling anyone except my brother, but I wasn't showing him the true how I was truly feeling, because I didn't want him to feel like I'm suffering, because I heard someone told me that my brother says I am suffering, and I think he must have noticed some things. That's why he thinks that I'm suffering, and I didn't want him to feel that way. So if you are any member of my family and you are seeing this video, I know I haven't been talking to so many people. I haven't been picking people's calls. I don't even entertain anyone, because since my mom died, I lost myself. I just recently started gaining back myself. I was so the grief was too much. Like, I couldn't even imagine. I couldn't even imagine that. Because I remember that sometimes when there's something wrong, I will just talk. I will call her and start talking, even if she doesn't understand what I'm saying. But at least I told somebody. I know even if she doesn't understand what I'm saying, she will still pray, so that God should still help me or something. And then each time I feel bad, like each time I feel like I'm alone, I will just go to her pictures. I will just start crying like, "Oh, why did she die?" and all of that, you know. Let me get the tissue. I'm getting so emotional, guys. So let me just let me just end the video here, and then for the giveaways. Oh my god, I really wanted to do so many videos, and now my makeup is already bad. For the giveaways, I'll have 10 winners. Okay, 10, let me say 10, since it's 10,000, right? I'll have 10 winners. So this is what you will do. You will get people, I will choose randomly 10 people. So it's not going to be the first people the first person who does it will do. No, because sometimes YouTube doesn't really put the order, you understand. Sometimes you comment something and somebody who commented 2 years ago will appear in front. So I don't want to bother myself about that. So 10 people are going to win. 10 people are going to win. And if you are one of them who wants to win, you will have to say, "I want to win," and then call 10 people to subscribe. Not people who are already subscribed to my channel, people whom have never subscribed to my channel, to subscribe to my channel and like this video, and also comment under your comment that you are the winner. And also follow me on Instagram at Stacey Benz Weeks, Stacey Benz _ Weeks, on Stacey _ Benz _ Weeks. And then watch at least 10 of my videos. So everything will be 10. They should watch at least 10 of my video, comment "I want to win," and then follow me on Instagram. So I'm going to leave the information down below, you understand. The information will be down below. So even if they don't subscribe, I will still know, because we have YouTube Studio that shows everything. So if you want to play me, you play yourself, because I will still know who did what. So gather 10 people to watch at least 10 of my videos, subscribe to my channel and like this video, and also comment under your comment that "I want to win," then follow me on Instagram. So those 10 people will give me 1,000 10 times 10 is how many? 100 subscribers. So I should have 400 new subscribers based on that 10 people. And those 10 people should watch at least 10 of my videos, understand. I'm going to leave it I'm going to pin a comment. So if you don't understand, you have to go down in the comment section and check what I am trying to say. I know I've mixed a lot of words. So yeah, that was my story, and I don't know why I'm so overwhelmed, because I was just thinking like, oh my god, if my mom was alive, I wouldn't be going through this. I just feel each time something happens to me, I feel like this thing is happening because my mom is not alive, you know. I don't know if I'm still a kid or something, but I'm just that's just how it is. If something happens to me, I'm just so defensive on myself. I'd be like, it's because my mom is not alive that these people are making these things to me. Even things that are not even that big, I always attribute it like to my mom is not alive. That's why I don't even talk to so many people, like, because I just feel scared, especially those that must have heard me before. I'm just scared to be around them. That's just it, because I just feel like my dad is so far away, and here in China there's no one, I mean nobody no day here where I can say this person will protect me. If somebody does anything, they will stand in front of me and in front and fight on my behalf. Nobody. Even my friends, I cannot call any friend that will stand and fight my fight like that, like they really want to fight it. So that's why I was so happy, like God sent this girl, because she's not even asking me any money, nothing at all. She's just asking me to give her the details of what I'm doing so that she can put it on the, she can do bookkeeping with it, like do accountability of everything I'm doing, you know. So that's it. That's just what happened. And yeah, God, I've come to the end of this video. And yeah, if you enjoyed this video and you want to hear more, or if you also want to create a company, you can also contact me on WeChat with Stacey Bates. I'm going to link you up with this girl who is going to help you too. Okay, so for those in Africa, as of now the borders are closed. Maybe when the borders will be open, that's when we can talk about if you want to create your own company. Creating a company, you just need your degree and 2 years working experience. So you can get a working experience from your country, anywhere in your country. Just 2 years working experience, that's all. But you need your degree, that's all. And then you need partners. It's not that expensive. It's not expensive. It's not expensive as compared to school fees of 2 million francs. It's really cheap. So yeah, so this is the end of the video. I don't think I will even edit this video because it's a story time. I don't want to mix things together, so you guys should. Thank you guys if you watched till the end. Know that I love you, and I pray that the grace that God gave me to give back my visa, may it follow you and your family, and also may you never find help and never see it. Let anything that you desire comes to you. I pray in Jesus' name. Amen. So thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.